Welcome to part 8 of Travel Made Simple, where I teach you step by step how to travel with less stress and more confidence. The last part we left off with getting through TSA security. So now you're in the airport terminal, and where do you go? Let's talk about it. Kind of this joke online that people are like, oh, I need to find my gate before I can go do anything else. There's just something about laying eyes on your gate just makes a little bit of the stress kind of go away. So the first thing I recommend doing is going and finding your gate. And not just to make sure that it's there because it is, but because it might be a little bit further away than you're expecting. When you arrive at the airport or you get dropped off, you should theoretically be in the terminal that you need to be in. But if you're not, it is possible that you might have to change terminals, and this will add time. It's also possible if this is a massive airport, say like the Denver airport, the Atlanta airport, it can easily take 10 to 15 minutes just to get to your gate. So in my opinion, it's always better to go ahead and go towards where your gate is and go ahead and be that general area so that you don't miss boarding. Also, keep in mind that gates do change frequently. This is another reason I recommend having the airline app on your phone, because if you've logged in and you've put in your flight details, it'll actually send you app notifications letting you know if your gate has changed, when boarding is starting, things like that. But also in the airport, there will be TVs stationed in different areas, and that'll have every single departure at that airport. It'll tell you the flight number, the airline, the destination, gate it's assigned to, and if it's on time, delayed, canceled, anything like that. So even if I know what gate I'm supposed to be going to, I always double check the TVs just to make sure that nothing has changed since I arrived at the airport. The other thing to know is that at those really large airports that have multiple terminals, they usually have some sort of Skylink, SkyTram, something along those lines that will actually, it's like a little train behind security that runs you between the different terminals. It doesn't cost anything. It's just something to kind of help you get between them, because a lot of times you can't walk. You have to take the little tram, or the tram will take 5 minutes and walking might take 30 minutes. But if you do need to change terminals for any reason, say you have a layover and you have to be in a different terminal, just also keep that in mind that you might have to jump on a tram to get there. And again, all these things just take time once you actually get to the airport terminals. And then outside of your gate, other things that you can find in the airport are fast food restaurants like Wendy's, McDonald's, different restaurants like Chili's, Fridays that you can actually sit down and order. There's grab and go shops like little 7-Elevens. There's souvenir stores, there's bookshops. I don't know. You can literally do so much shopping at the airport if you really wanted to or you needed to. There's usually a good amount of restrooms, and they are spaced out. If you have the time and the line at your restroom is super long, I just walk to the next one. You can also find airport lounges. And if you're on an international flight, then you also have the option to do duty-free shopping. One thing that feels important to mention is that airport prices are higher than outside the airport, so just be prepared for that. That's just airport prices. I don't know, everything's just way more expensive. But I always take in my water bottle empty, and I fill up my water bottle at the water fountains in the terminals. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. If you're not used to going to airports and flying through them, just be aware of that. That's it for today. In the next part, we'll talk about boarding your flight. Follow along for more travel tips, and happy travels.